Good evening. Welcome back. I don't know why I said good evening. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final video in this installment of Sunday Morning Retro featuring Excitebike. And basically, I thought I would give you my thoughts overall about how, about my thoughts about, you know, playing this game. I think that I was suffering a little bit of, having rose tinted glasses, I guess you could say, because it was actually quite a long time since I last played this game. And maybe it's because I have such a fondness for Nintendo. I kind of thought of this game being a lot easier than what it turned out to be. Oh my god, this game, even though the game is fun, don't get me wrong, the game is fun, but the AI in Selection B is so punishing. It's very punishing. It's like, holy cow. I could not believe how cutthroat the game's AI was. Holy cow. And this is like basic AI, so I'm not even sure if AI is the right term, but the game, the computer opponents, basically, they did not want me to win. Selection A, it was basically just yourself, like doing time trials, I guess you could really say. It's fun. It's fun. Mode B can be fun if you're just real careful. I think that the real selling point for this game back in the 1980s when it was being sold on the Nintendo, I think the major selling point could have been the ability to design your own track. Now, because of what you saw in video number 4, even though the function is there, it's very cluttered. Well, is clutter the right word? It just seems like it could have been implemented a little bit better. Uh, and I don't understand the whole. I don't understand the time and the score. Timing and the placement. I At the end of that video when I was showing the design function, I had a longer track that went like 5 laps. And they expected third place to be like, to get at least third place, you had to complete that track in 8 seconds. However, I was well past like 1 minute before I finally finished that track. So I don't understand. Maybe it's something I did wrong. I don't know. But it just seems like the whole implementation of the what you call it, the design function could have been handled a little bit better. I kind of mentioned it before in the previous video, and I'll mention it again. Like, even though the game is fun, I don't see this being a game that you want to do, like, unless you're like I said, a speed runner or something. Like you're trying to beat times or whatever. I view this as more as a game that you pick up, you may play for a few minutes to even an hour at the most, and you put it down. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's because this game was originally designed for arcades. It was originally in the arcades before it went to Nintendo, if I understand correctly. And I think that could be why it has that feeling. But this is definitely a game that's more geared to, just sporadic gameplay. It isn't like, excuse me. It isn't like it is with, let's say, Super Mario Brothers, where you feel the need and you're compelled to continue to, move on through the game. This is something that I feel like you can just pick up, play for a couple minutes, and it's kind of like a little bit of a time waste. Like you're waiting for like you have like 30 minutes before you and the family have to head out. Yeah, like I got 30 minutes. What can I do? Let's play a quick game. This is something more along those lines. But yeah, so the game, although fun, it does have its drawbacks. It's nothing really bad. It's basically a product of its time. Yeah. And I think that the difficulty with the AI, it could be because of the fact that this game, like I said, I think this game was originally in the arcades before uh Nintendo being put on the Nintendo. So I think that that's why it's so difficult. And like I said, me playing this, over 30 years ago, I think it kind of I have a distorted view of it. I thought that it was a lot easier than it actually was. And boy, oh boy, did this game kick my butt. But yeah, I still encourage you, if you have the Nintendo Switch, to at least give this game a try. You may actually like it. With that said and out of the way, it is now time to decide what I'm going to be playing next for the next installment of uh, Sunday Morning Retro featuring. And like I said, Excitebike was just something that's kind of like a one and done. I just wanted something quick I could get done within a session and move on. I wanted something to break up, from previously playing a longer game, which was Donkey Kong Country. That game took several weeks to complete. However, this time around, I'm going back to a slightly longer game. And that game, it is actually part of a collection known as the Disney Afternoon Collection. Now, this collection actually came with 4 games. You had oh god, you had Duck Hunt, you had god, I can't recall the name of it right now. Hold on, let's see here. Do we it just says Disney? Oh, DuckTales. You had DuckTales, you have Darkwing Duck, you have Chippendales Rescue Rangers, and you have Tailflight. I think that's what it's called, Tailflight. Hold on, can I like okay, here we go. See here, it says this comes with Dark. Let's see. Well, we have Darkwing Duck, Chippendales Rescue Rangers. It really doesn't even give the whole. Here, I'll read this off to you. Maybe my mind, I'm just not seeing it. Hold on. Starring cast of beloved Disney characters, Disney Afternoon Collection takes you back to a golden era of gaming and afternoons filled with adventure. Hunt for treasures around the globe as Scrooge McDuck. Fight crime as the hero Darkwing Duck. Take to the skies as Ace Pilot Baloo the Bear. And enjoy co-op as Chip and Dale to take down Fat Cat. Complete with new modes and fun extras. This collection is one Disney fans won't want to miss. It doesn't even say like what the name of the games are, but you basically have duck. I keep saying Duck Hunt. You basically have DuckTales, Chippendales Rescue Rangers, Tailflight. I can't recall what the one with Blue the Bear is, Tailflight or whatever, and Darkwing Duck. Or dice. Well, fuck it, you know what's here. Let's actually do a quick look, shall we? Okay. There we go. So let's what games are in the Disney Afternoon? Okay, so we have Tailspin, that's what it was. Tailspin. Wait, did I say Tailspin? Oh god, I'm getting myself confused. But we have Chippendales Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Duck and DuckTales, and then you got some sequels. You got Chippendales Rescue Rangers 2 and DuckTales 2. But for this for the next installment of Sunday Morning Retro, I will definitely be playing DuckTales. Here, hold on, I will be playing DuckTales. This is a game that my cousin Peter had, and I would play it every now and then when I go to visit him. Whenever I'd go and pay him a visit, he had a lot of games I didn't have, like say Castlevania, and he helped me get introduced to Turok and to Resident Evil, and DuckTales is another one of those games. So the next installment of Sunday Morning Retro, I will be playing DuckTales. And I'll give you my thoughts as I'm playing that game. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has taken the time. Let's see, what's that? Who has taken the time to the right button? Hold on, I'm just checking. Okay, there goes. Taking the time to watch this, albeit short, installment of Excitebike, and I will see you next time for a slightly longer game. And until then, my name is Jeff, aka Gcurse. Wish you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.